Hello, Bug family. Welcome again. We have an interesting segment. Today, on day two on the World Trade Expo 2023, we have an interesting personality who is Dr. Suhani Mendonsa, Project Director, Mendonsa Foundation. This is a lady who has come and taken a full circle again. And there has been some mystical things that I've heard about her behind the cameras. I would want to know it up close, personal. Dr. Suhani, you know what? She happens to be a social media Instagram influencer herself. So, kind of a budding influencer to another influencer. How has been your journey, Dr. Suhani?
Wow, first of all, gratitude and a big thank you for having me here. I think Bug is doing wonderful and amazing, great work by getting so many women entrepreneurs here.
Thank you.
That's really great. So maybe the short form is bug, which bugs people, but the actual Bharat Gaurav is doing a brilliant job. So kudos to you all and congratulations and thank you for having me here. Well, my story goes, the story which started at the age of 15 to be absolutely financially independent. The day I started my journey of earning money at 15, that's the day my journey of social worker too started. So parallelly it started and it began together. And I don't think I've ever looked back beyond that till the pandemic hit us. And life always takes a full circle. So when I was on the journey of earning money, so right from 15 to 22, I did anything and everything which was legal and it paid me money. I would do
Right.
that work. I wouldn't even think. And then, of course, it gave me great opportunities as well as it made me into the entrepreneur that I am today, because I think the earlier years, the experiences you get, that always takes you a way ahead in your life, and that's what happened to me.
It transforms you into a personality which is
Correct.
more nurtured, which is more
Absolutely.
ready to take, head-on collisions for all future-ready things.
Exactly. Any challenges which
Yes.
come your way, you're like, come on,
Bring
come
it
on,
on.
bring it on. I'm
Yeah,
here for
right.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess life has always been very exciting. It just so happened that me being the way I am, anything that came my way, I would always welcome it. Uh, Whether it's happiness, sadness, anything, whether it's troubles that is driving me crazy, or whether it's anything where I have to go and help people or support people. So I think that's a big part of my life. Helping people, supporting people has always been a big. And that's how I guess when my journey started at the age of 15 of being a social worker. Um, I think that was the best thing that ever
At
happened
the
to
age
me.
of 15.
Yeah.
How were you contributing to the society?
So I was very lucky, Hetal. I had my mom, of course, at home, who's always been my absolute pillar of strength and who's always been there for me, and my then neighbor, who was always into social work, supporting people and various causes. So from that age, I remember going to BNHS and listening to Bito Segal, who's
Oh.
yeah, those
So
days.
soulful.
My first crush, I always say he was my
Okay.
first as a teenager.
We are declaring it here.
And even working, we've done dharna on the road because we used to work with Medaji.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, so we've sat in the middle of the road doing dharna. So all those experiences which I gained just as a teenager, then running for environment, right from I think that too, I was in school when I had done that and it was a part of it. So right from Cuff Parade to Air India, we ran a race,
Oh, wow.
So it was really, it was always, something or the other, whether it was the environment that we are trying to save, or whether we are working for the people who are economically challenged, or whether we are working for the education field, or whether we are trying to help artisans, set up their stuff, something or the other. in some or the other form, we've always kind of supported them. So it was great that it started at just such an early age in my life, and I got to see so much up close. And you will not believe it, a lot of my best friends in school, they didn't even know I was doing this,
Yes.
because this was something which was just a part of me, which I
I think
would
that
do.
age group is such that you're
Yeah.
so novice. You are entering into your teens,
Yeah.
into your adolescence, and that's the time where you're curious about a lot of other things which are
Yeah.
fun in life,
Yeah, yeah.
which are more recreational.
True.
But there is this serious side of you,
Yeah.
which just started to become mature, which started getting glued to subjects which are very near and dear for society and betterment.
True.
Commendable.
Yeah.
Can I understand more about Mendonsa Foundation?
Yeah, so Mendonsa Foundation is we've completed 26 years.
26
And
years.
yes, it was started by my father-in-law. Um, so just a little bit, I'm going to rewind just a little bit.
Please.
So in my journey that I started at the age of 15, I met my then boyfriend, who's my husband now.
Wow.
Vivek Mendonsa, and we met in college at Sydenham.
Okay.
We went around for 8 years, and then we got married, and it was amazing because we both shared the same kind of thought process of helping, supporting people. So right from those days, Vivek had started and supported an organization called Kulaba Kafred Citizens Group Youth Wing,
Okay.
and we used to have meetings every week
Hmm.
in his house, where so many of the youth used to come. And we used to see to it that we used to call one mentor or somebody to speak to us. So in those days, if you remember, probably for you it would be you would really have to go on Google
Little
and
on my
search.
sibling
Yeah,
side.
yeah. So drugs used to be a big issue then. You
Yes.
see, so we have done a lot of work on that
Okay.
front and things like that. So every week we used to have somebody, a mentor who would come and speak to us. And it would be great because it would be great sharing, and everybody had the same kind of, all our friends who used to come, the youth who used to come, all of us had the same kind of thinking of spreading awareness of the subject that we were discussing or talking about. You know, in those days, the tree plantation we did. Today, when we see that full bloom, grown, big, huge tree
Wow.
at Kolaba, it's yet there.
Right.
It's
What
amazing.
a memory, right?
Yeah, you know, right? As a
Yeah,
teenager, what you do.
You have an imprint
Yeah.
on the planet.
Yeah.
Thanks to you.
Yeah, so it's really wonderful that we could do that, and it's thanks to my husband that Vivek, we started this youth wing with.
Do you know plants have memory?
Yes.
It's scientifically proven.
Yes,
So the
absolutely.
next time you go and you talk to the plant, they can feel it that this was the one which was my mother.
Okay, totally, you're so right.
Yeah.
But so we did that. We actually did that. Vivek and me went back to Kulaba, and passing by, we were just walking one day, and we said, "Oh, that's the tree that we planted when we were just teenagers." You know?
Yeah.
So that was, I think, a brilliant thing that happened. Well, so once I got married to Vivek, of course, we had our kids and all. In Vivek's family, right from his grandfather's side, for them, giving back to society is very important for them. Okay, so right from Vivek's granddad to Vivek's dad, now it's come down to Vivek, and now it's gone down to my son.
And it came to you also
My-
at that tiny
yeah,
age.
Yeah, at tiny age.
Right.
Now it's gone down to my
Rubs
sons.
off.
So it's amazing how the legacy is carried forward of giving back to society. So 26 years ago when they started Mendonsa Foundation, it was really wonderful. So we have been working on various causes, right from mental wellness to the youth,
Okay.
to building homes for farmers who have committed suicide, to education for the tribal children, to skill development for the
These are
women.
very distinctive, different
Yeah,
subjects that
yeah,
we're talking of.
yeah, yeah.
Elaborate a little bit on the suicide subject. What is that segment all about?
Mental wellness. As you notice, we call it mental wellness and not mental health.
Okay.
Because for us, we saw, especially post pandemic, the youth were facing it was really destruction, and their mental health was really creating issues, depression,
Right.
committing suicide. These were all things that were happening. So what we decided that we would rephrase the whole thing and call it mental wellness. Okay, because it's always good to be positive. So
Not a
if
stigma.
yeah, not a stick.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah,
positively,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you
Give
know,
it a
you are
holistic view
really,
of it.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
But at the same time, we are very realistic. Okay, it's not that we are hiding anything, right? So I remember the first time when I had to speak to them, I told them about myself. My 27-year-old baby, that's Yellow Spider Events, my event management company, when I had to shut it down because of the pandemic, it had a big effect on me.
Impact on you. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
big, like I've
Yeah.
gone mad.
For an entrepreneur, your business
Yeah.
is your baby.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then just imagine shutting it down completely, and then you realize that it's going to take you time, and then you realize that not only that, you're facing losses, and then you realize that, oh, your husband has to pay for your own losses. Something which is, I've been so financially independent right from 15, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
it was crazy. It was driving me mad. So I think unknowingly I slipped into a depression.
Yes.
And I didn't even realize till my son, my younger son, Krish, one day came and told me, Ma, there's something wrong with you. You
He
need
felt
help.
it. He realized
Yes.
it. Oh wow.
You need help.
Okay.
And that evening.
How did you acknowledge? Because these things, when it comes from your own child, your own offspring telling you this, makes you feel very exposed as a mother.
So you know
This
what?
is a very touchy subject. Sorry,
So,
I'm bringing
no,
it.
I'm so
light
glad
to
you
this.
were. I think this is something which everyone should know. See, as a mom, you want to be there for your children.
Yeah,
Come
you're their
what
warrior,
may.
you're
Yeah,
their shield.
yeah, you are their strength. You're their everything,
Correct.
right? But when your child comes and tells you no, that time you will take immediate action to
Action
it.
towards it. Yes, that
See,
vulnerability.
yeah, if before
yes.
that, so that same evening, my husband also came and told me. But if my husband would have told me first, probably, and if Krish would have come later, maybe my
You would have
I wouldn't have.
rejected the entire
Yeah,
concept.
absolutely.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
have said no, no. Then I told my son, I said, what made you feel that there's something wrong with me? Because I think I'm fine. Because that
Certainly.
time I was taking online interviews, I was doing everything possible. I
You
was
were
going
working
in the
24
morning.
by 7
Yeah, I was
normally.
going in the
Okay.
morning. Every day we used to go to for a distribute our daily essentials, to the slums. We used to do that every day possible. I said, there's nothing wrong with me. I am fine. But my son said, Ma, you have not noticed it. I have noticed it. When you are sitting, you are just gaping in one direction and you don't even know that you are lost. If somebody is walking by you, you don't even realize that.
Realize, right.
So I said, okay, this is time for me to wake up. If my son is saying this, that means it has really made an impact on him.
How did you turn this entire thing around?
So
Because
as
I see a very happy lady here.
yeah.
Extremely
Yeah,
happy,
so-
extremely confident.
It just so happens that I'm very blessed with a wonderful family.
Thank
Yeah, thank God for that, who are always there. Whether I'm on the right or I'm on the wrong, they'll always tell me this is the truth.
They'll support you, the shield.
Yeah, but they're always there to support me, right? So, of course, I took all the possible help that was required. I called up a friend of mine, and I spoke to her, and whatever was required to be done at that point in time, I did it all.
You went ahead with the
Yeah.
therapy session. So whatever was required.
Everything.
Wonderful.
There's nothing which was a secret or
Okay.
it had to be kept quiet or nobody should know. No. I don't think that was required at all.
And you bounced
Well,
back.
And yes, here I am.
Hail and hearty. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Let's just turn this thing into a little exciting now.
Yeah.
There's a deep, soulful person on one
Yeah.
side of you. I just noticed you are an influencer at this age.
Yeah.
Tell me about that journey.
Okay, so there you've got me there.
Yeah.
So I remember when I started off as an influencer, that I had to reinvent myself as an influencer.
How did influencer start? I mean, when did you
Yeah.
feel you
So
were
I'll
a
tell
founder
you,
yourself?
when the lockdown hit us and it was shut down for the events business for me, I had to do something, right? So online, I used to go and used to interview people, and then I used to make a lot of videos. I love
Okay.
making videos. Okay,
Okay.
so that was very well accepted. Okay, and then I said that okay, maybe I should go into being an influencer. At that time, I didn't even know properly what an influencer was. I'll be very honest.
Okay.
So I just started posting, but
Everything
all
was happening
on
organically for you.
literally. So I was posting videos and people were appreciating it. Then slowly, people started seeing the content that I was posting and they liked it. Suddenly, I started getting stuff in my house, so spa sets are coming in.
Lovely.
Yeah. I had one lady, because I used to post a lot of bird pictures then. So she actually sent me a vegan pizza from Pune.
Wow.
And she said, you have to have it, and I said, of course, and like that, it just kept on growing.
So
So
lovely.
one to the other, to the third, to the fourth. But the first one that I was started, I will never forget, is with a very dear friend of mine, Sumit from Nasik. He is into luggage.
Okay.
He has got his factory,
Uh-huh.
and I started doing the influencing for his
The
product.
sponsored ads for this.
Yeah,
Oh my
for his
God.
product,
Yeah.
and I think that was wonderful. Because there were so many things that you could do right, and in the luggage, it's not
Yeah.
only one particular thing, right?
Right.
So it's your haversack, to your trolley, to your luggage, which you're going to take for 10,
Right.
12 days, to the four-wheeler luggage. And
Right.
there's so many things out
Right,
there,
right,
and
right.
he has a huge range, and of course the pandemic hit all of us. It hit him too, but how he, as a young man, was wonderfully, keeping up to the fact that no, I have to support my workers. I have to be there for them, you know. And he has three factories.
So I see you as an individual who is a founder, who's been helping people, sending out messages through being there offline in the form of the foundation, at the same time online in the form of a social site.
Yeah.
That's a very good part of your personality,
Yeah.
which is moving further.
Thank
We
you.
are here at the World Trade Expo, where there are a
Yes.
lot of countries here, where there are a lot of
Yes.
people who are coming and going. I would want an encouraging message from you to our viewers later on. So could you give us a nice message which can thrill them to do whatever they're doing in entrepreneurship?
So I would say the World Trade Expo is brilliant. It's all about the three T's, as they say: trade, tourism, and technology.
And Bug is also
And
brilliant.
yeah, and of course, we have got
Bug.
Bug getting you across so many other people, spreading awareness about your product, your services, through their wonderful interviews, offline and online. So I
Right.
think that's fantastic. What more you need? So I guess I really want to tell everyone, if anything that World Trade Center does, you all must get on to their website and keep on checking, because they have so many such wonderful exhibitions, which gives an opportunity not only to entrepreneurs but to women entrepreneurs, MSMEs, to come
Right.
together,
Right.
and not only come together but also meet so many countries. So you can actually really do your exports
Interact and
interactions.
showcase yourself
That's
towards
awesome.
a lot of
Yeah,
countries.
yeah.
And media takes you to such a level that we have a segment which is called BUG Naari,
Oh.
which I think I should dedicate it to her because she's been doing a fab job.
Oh, no, thank
so
you so
yeah,
much.
your segment is going to be included in the BUG Naari.
I just want to say one
Please.
thing. The
Yeah.
cause that we are working on right now is very, very close to our heart, because 23 years ago, my son was born as a bilateral cleft lip palate. And we want to do 5,000 surgeries. So we have tied up with MGM Dental Hospital at Panvel.
Okay.
Because in Maharashtra itself, there are so many children who are born with cleft lip palate and bilateral cleft lip palate, and they are all economically challenged. So we
Yes.
want to help them, because each and every child should get their smile back. And
Each and every child should get their smile back. Please help Mendonsa Foundation. Please be there for children. They are the future for India, right?
Thank
Yes?
you. Yes.
Yeah.
And whilst we were doing this last week when we did the camp, we had a 6-year-old daughter child who did her cleft lip palate, which is a bilateral cleft lip palate, and her surgery went off well. And today she's talking and she's smiling and everything. But her mother had the same problem of bilateral cleft lip palate, and a huge hole was left in her palate. And the doctor actually operated her just about 2 weeks ago, and today she can speak well and she's fine.
So wonderful.
So mother and daughter, both of them are fine.
They say we are social beings. We
Yeah.
need to talk. We
Yeah.
need to emote.
Yeah.
And you are helping people do that. Kudos to you. Thank you
No,
so much.
not at all. I have to just thank you for giving me so much of extra time in expressing
You
all
were a
that
fab
I'm doing.
segment.
I'm a BUGStudio. Woo!